I'm Dr. Cortez, your business doctor, and today sa ating lesson in financial management, we're going to continue the recording the tutorial lessons about finance, simple finance or personal. And for lesson number 11 today, our 11th installment for financial management. So we're going to talk about simple interest. And by the way, I'm your business doctor. I'm encouraging you to subscribe sa aking channel if you want to know more about business, management, finance, marketing, entrepreneurship, and basic accounting or taxation. Okay, so ito yung background ng ating lesson today, the time value of money. If I may read the definition, time value of money is the idea that money that is available at the present time is worth more than the same amount in the future. Yung pera nyo, whether that is a peso, 10 pesos, 11, or 1,000 or millions, yung kanyang value nagbabago. Ibig sabihin, the value of your money, cash, today is different from the value of the same amount of money in the future or like 5 years from now. So yung piso mo ngayon, magkakabili ka ng 2 candy, but 10 years from now, baka hindi mo na magawa yan. Baka isang candy nila mabibili mo. So nagbabago yung value ng iyong pera. So pwedeng it can earn potential interest in the future. Kasi ang pera nyo ngayon, pag in-invest mo sa bangko or pinautang mo siya, it will earn interest. Yan, it can be invested or deposited for 1 year, 2, at a certain amount of interest rate or percentage. May time value ang pera, no? Habang tumatagal, nagbabago ang kanyang value. So in simpler terms, it would be safe to say that a peso was more yesterday than the worth of it, the same amount today. Yeah. So kahapon lang nagbabago, no? So how much more if that was 5 years ago or 10 years ago? At the same time, yung pera mo ngayon ay mas valuable siya sa pera mo 5 years from now or 1 year from now. That is the essence of the time value of money. So nagbabago siya. So that is the background ng ating lesson today. So a simple interest rate, a simple questions for you guys. Which one would you prefer? Your 10,000 today or 10,000 in 5 years time? So given yung ating background na pinakita ka kanina, of course, you will prefer your 10,000 today compared to your 10,000 5 years from now. Ang reason, yung pinalawanag natin kanina, the time value of money or nagbabago yung value ng iyong pera in 5 years from now. You have 10,000 today. Assume that you have your 10,000 today. Pwede kang bumili ng cellphone right? But in 5 years time, the same 10,000. Do you think you can still buy the same cellphone? Hindi na, hindi na worth 10,000 yung pera mo in 5 years time. Because of inflation, for example. Nung pag-aralan natin last time nagbabago yung value. Okay, so but for this day, for this lesson, we're going to talk about yung interest na pwedeng i-earn ng iyong pera habang tumatagal siya, habang lumampas, for example, yung 1 taon, 2 taon, or 5 years. You can invest your money. It can be in time deposit. So, mag-earn siya ng interest. Pag ikaw naman ng utang, yung inutang mo, hindi na yan the same amount of money babayaran mo. Meron na siyang interest. Pwedeng by quarter or by semi-annual or pwedeng annually. Yung i-charge sa yung interest ng debtor, nung creditor nagpautang sa'yo. So take note, pag ikaw yung nangutang, you're the debtor. Pag ikaw ang nagpautang, you are the creditor. So pag nangutang ka sa bangko ng 10,000, you are the debtor and the bank is the creditor. Pag ikaw naman nagpautang ng 10,000 sa kaibigan mo, so ikaw yung creditor, yung kaibigan mo naman yung debtor. Kaya yung basic sa borrowing interest or lending or borrowing a certain amount of money. Okay, let's continue. Interest rate. So obviously, you will prefer the 10,000 today. So given this example, you already recognize yung value or yung essence ng time value of money. So I hope that you can now understand yung ating lesson today. No? Nag-increase ang value ng pinapautang mo pag binadagdagan mo siya ng interest. Of course, if you will be lending money, may interest naman talaga. No? You will not just lend money without the interest. Or the same thing, if you will borrow from the bank, hindi naman papayag yung bangko na wala kang interest na babayaran. Siyempre, they should earn interest, and mga bangko, dyan sila kumikita sa mga interest na binabayaran ng mga debtor sa kanila. Okay, so why is time such an important element in your decision? O pag nangutang ka ng medyo matagal, so you will understand na mas malaki yung interest na iyong babayaran. At the same time, kung ikaw yung magpapautang, mas patagal, syempre, mas malaki yung interest na patatanggap mo from the borrower or from the debtor. So, natin simple interest. Maraming klase ng interest where we have simple interest or a compound interest, but for this lesson muna, we're just going to dwell on the simple interest. Simple, ibig sabihin, yung pag-compute ng interest ay napakasimple. So, in simple interest, mayroong interest paid pag ikaw yung nagpautang. Yung umutang sa'yo, meron isang interest babayaran sa'yo. So, yung interest on your part is your interest income. That is the interest earned, no? Na, pag ikaw naman nangutang sa bangko, yung interest naman, ang tawag natin naman sa interest is the interest expense. So, pag ikaw tatanggap ng interest na pinautang mo, that is interest income. Pag ikaw naman yung nangutang sa bangko at ikaw magbabayad, that is the interest expense. Yan. So, pag nangutang ka, meron tayong tinatawag na the principal amount kung magkaling talagang total amount na utangin mo or ipapautang mo sa mga borrower mo. Meron ding length of time. So, gaano ka katagal. At meron ng interest or the percentage na babayaran sa'yo or babayaran mo sa bangko. Pag sa bangko, medyo mataas yung interest eh. No? Pag nangutang ka sa bangko, let's say 20%. Pag nangutang ka sa GCash, maybe some of you here are borrowing from your GCash account. You can borrow from your GCash account. No? May G-loan dun sa GCash, di ba? So, kanyang interest, iba rin. No? Let's say 3%. Pag nangutang ka ng 10,000, mga 12,500 yung babayaran mo dyan. Yan. But comparing that with the bank, mas mataas ang bangko. Bangko, mga 20% eh. Sa iba naman, pag sa Bombay 20% din eh. Pag mga kaibigan mo, medyo mababa, like 10% lang or 5%. Okay, that is the idea about the simple interest. Yung company mo later on, pwede siyang magpautang or pwede yung company mo mismo ang umutang sa isang company, sa isang tao, or sa isang bangko. Yung compound interest naman, iba. But we're going to discuss more in details on compound interest sa ating mga next na lessons. But for today, we're just going to dwell on the interest, simple interest. So let us just leave this compound for later discussion lessons. I just showing you na may dalawang klase ng interest, no? The simple and the compound interest. Okay, so if I may Reader's definition of simple interest. The interest charged on borrowings that is calculated using an original amount only and an interest rate and interest time or duration that never changes. So, ang simple, pag nangutang ka, kinukompute mo yung interest na babayaran based lang sa principal. Pag sinabing principal, ito yung amount na inutang mo. Example, nangutang ka sa bangko ng 10,000. So, the principal is the 10,000. Yun sabi ng bangko, ang interest na babayaran mo ay 2% ng principal bawat taon. So, palaging times 10,000. Hindi natin binabago yung 10,000. No? Diyan tayo palagi nagko-compute ng interest sa 10,000 principal. That is simple. So, pag nagpautang ka o ikaw ang umutang, ang computation ng interest ay based lang sa principal palagi. Hindi natin sa binabago. Okay? So, palaging 10,000 times 2%. Assuming na 2% rate ang iyong interest na babayaran na pagkasunduan. That is the simple interest. As I said, iba ang computation ng compound interest. Ay, we're reserving that for future lessons natin. Yung compounding. Right, so you will understand more ang simple interest if we're going to start with the formula, or how are we going to compute the interest? We're just using a simple formula. So, sa aking dito, this is the equation. No? SI, it stands for simple interest. Okay, P, this is the principal or your deposit. Pag sinabing deposit, pwede ikaw yung nagpautang or ikaw yung umutang. Pag ikaw yung nagpautang, yung perang pinautang mo, that is the principal. Pag ikaw naman nangutang sa bangko, yung pinautang siya ng bangko, that is the principal. Kumbaga, ang principal, ito palagi yung amount na pinautang mo or inutang mo, or the biggest amount or the only amount in the problem, no? Yung 10,000. And letter I is the interest. Interest rate per period. Ibig sabihin, the letter I is always written or expressed in percentage. So pag may nakita kayong number na mayroong percentage na naka-attach sa kanya, that is the interest rate. That is the I. Now, yung letter N, that is the number of time or period. Ibig sabihin, ilang taon, ilang buwan, ilang quarter tumakbo yung inutang mo or yung pinautang mo. Pag nangutang ka sa bangko, 2 taon, that is the letter N. Pag nagpautang ka sa kaibigan mo ng 12 months yung letter N. So yung letter N natin, it can be expressed in number of days, number of months, number of quarter, isang quarter, or ilang taon. Basta pag nagpautang ka, usapan nyo ilang buwan, 2 buwan, that is the N. Nagpautang ka ilang araw, 60 days, that is the N. No? Pag nangutang ka sa bangko, pwede siyang isang quarter lang, pwede siyang 2 quarters, pwedeng 1 month, pwedeng taon. Right? At ang ating interest rate, pag sinabi ng bangko na ang interest mo ay 5%, automatically, yung 5% is good for 1 year. So, palaging pang isang taon ang binibigay na interest. So, pag ikaw nagpautang, sabi mo 5%, ibig sabihin yan, 5% sa loob ng isang taon. Ibig sabihin, pag hindi ka nabayaran sa loob ng isang taon, so 5% ang kanyang babayaran sa'yo, yung umutang sa'yo. Pag sa bangko naman, pag sinabi ng bangko na, example, 2% ang interest sa inutang mo or loan sa amin, ibig sabihin yan, 2% sa loob ng isang taon. Right? So pag hindi umabot ng isang taon, so kukumpute natin yung fraction. Example, ang interest rate is 2% isang taon, 6 months lang inutang. So 1% lang 'yon, kalahati lang, no? Pag ikaw naman nagpautang, sabi mo, o sige, 2%. It means 4%, sabi mo 4%. It means 4% sa loob ng isang taon. Ibig sabihin, yung umutang sa'yo, pag hindi nabayaran sa loob ng isang taon, 4% ang kanyang babayaran sa'yo or dagdag the interest is 4%. Isang taon, no? So, ibig sabihin, pag 3 months lang yung inutang, so hindi buong 4%. 1% lang. Kasi tatlong buwan lang naman eh. Right? So, be careful sa mga sa mga problems, no? Kung baka mamaya magalit yung umutang sa'yo, kinacharge mo siya ng 4%, eh sabi niya, but 4%? Eh, 6 months ko lang naman inutang. Bakit 4%? Eh, 3 buwan ko lang naman inutang. So, i-compute mo yung fraction. Hindi buong 4%. Kasi, ang 4% is good for 1 year. Right? So, the same time, pag nagpautang ka, sabi mo, 3% isang taon, 3 taon niyang inutang. So, that is 12% lahat ang babayaran, di ba? Kasi 3% times 3. Kasi 3 taon. Ganun din, pag nangutang ka sa bangko, sabi ng bangko, 1% bawat taon ng interest. 2 taon mo siyang hindi binayaran. So, that is 2% na, kasi 2 taon na. That is the number of times. So, given the data, ang formula natin is this one. Simple interest is equal to principal multiplied by the I or the interest and multiplied by the N or by the time. Okay? So, principal times interest times time. And we will get the simple interest. Pag sinabing simple interest, ito yung interest na earn mo or babayaran mo sa bangko. It's either interest expense or interest income. Okay, so lagyan natin ng problem yung ating formula. Simple interest example number 1. Assuming that you deposit 2,000 in an account sa bangko to, no? Nag-deposit ka sa bangko. Tapos sabi ng bangko, ang interest na ma-earn mo is 8%. Ibig sabihin ng 8%, that is 8% bawat taon. Simple interest. So in this sample, ikaw yung babayaran ng bangko. So ikaw mag-earn ng interest. So that is interest income. Right? Kasi ikaw nagpautang sa bangko eh. Ikaw nag-invest sa bangko ng 2,000. Okay, ang question dito, nag-deposit ka sa bangko, so magkano yung interest na iyong ma-earn sa bangko pagkatapos ng isang taon? Yan. So, siyempre, tutubo yung iyong 2,000 sa bangko. Deposit mo sa bangko, tutubo yan. Pagkano? 8% bawat taon. Okay, so compute natin using the given formula. O, di ba sabi natin, ang formula natin, we are computing for the SI for the simple interest. Principal times I times N. Alright? So, magkanong principal natin? Dito tayo. Yeah, sorry for this one. This should be principal natin dito ay 2,000. Kung nga 2,000, no? 2,000 pesos. So, compute natin ang interest. So, just multiply, no? Just multiply 2,000. I calculate up here. Okay, so 2,000 ang principal natin. 2,000 multiplied by 8% to 8%. Okay. And this is 1. So, sabay-sabay tayo. I-multiply natin siya. 2,000 times 8%. So, take note guys, no, yung 8%, i-convert nyo muna sa decimal. Do not compute or multiply straight. Kasi 8% is a percentage. So, convert first this into a decimal. So, ang decimal equivalent ng 8% is 0.08. Okay, so 2,000 times 0.08. So, ang ating interest is 160%. Right? So, 2,000 times 8%, times 1. Si 1, ito yung year, ito yung taon, di ba? Kasi ang tanong dito, what is the accumulated interest at the end of the first year of the investment? So 2,000 times 8 times 1. So this 160%. So, ibig sabihin, yung deposit mo sa bangko ay magkakaroon ka ng interest income na 160 pesos. So pagkatapos ng isang taon, yan. Yung 2,000 mo ay magiging 2,160. So nadagdagan yung pera mo sa bangko. Nagkaroon kasi ng interest. Okay? So baka meron dito magtanong, sir, ba't ako sa bangko ang aking interest ay maliit lang? O ang katotohanan, pag sa bangko, hindi naman 8%. Actual, pababa ang interest na binibigay sa'yo ng bangko. Wala pang 1% eh. But for the sake of example, ginawa natin sa 8%. Yan. Pero hindi ganun karami palagi. Mas maliit dyan. Mas maliit sa 1/6 lang yung interest income sa bangko. Okay? The second example natin, so 1,000, assume that you deposit 1,000 in an account sa bangko ulit. Tapos sabi ng bangko, we will give you 7% simple interest for 2 years sa loob ng 2 taon. Okay? So, ang question, what is the accumulated interest at the end of the second year? So, pagkatapos ng 2 taon deposit mo, pagkano yung interest na ma-earn mo doon sa bangko? So, the same formula, principal times rate times time. Okay? So, principal, 1,000 multiplied by the rate, that is 7%, and multiplied by 2, that is the years. So, you multiply straight, 1,000 times 7%. So, once again, we convert the percentage of 7% into decimal, that is 0.07. So 1,000 multiplied by 0.07 multiplied by 2. So it will give you 140 pesos. So at the end of 2 years, pagkatapos ng 2 taon, yung 1,000 mo ay mag-earn ng interest sa 140 pesos. So ang total money mo sa bangko is 1,140. That is the principal plus the interest. Right? O malaki, di ba? But in actual situation, hindi 7% ang binibigay ng bangko. It is much lower than 7%. Wala pang 1%, no? Pero pag may millions ka naman sa bangko, kahit 1% lang yan, no? So malaki yung interest income mo sa bangko. 1 million. Sabihin natin 1% lang ang interest na binigay sa iyo ng bangko. So that is 10,000. O di ba malaki na rin yung 10,000 na interest income sa bangko, kahit 1% lang yan. Right? So, yan ang ating how to get the interest. It's either income or expense. Ito yung income, ha. Pag ikaw naman nangutang sa bangko, ganun din. Kaya lang, ikaw na may magiging borrower. Okay? Ikaw na magbabayad ng interest sa bangko. Okay, the next one is we're going to find the letter I. So once again, letter I is the interest. Ito yung percentage. So assume that you have a deposit of 10,000 in an account. And after 2 years, it earned an interest of 200 pesos. So ang nawawala sa problem na to, yung interest rate. Pero given yung deposit, given yung principal na 10,000, given yung number of years, given yung interest na na-earn mo doon sa bangko, ang nawawala, what is the interest rate? Ilang percent ang ginamit ng bangko para magkaroon ka ng 200 pesos na interest after 2 years for a deposit of 10,000 pesos. So, ang formula natin dito, guys, no, ay iba na. So, ang formula natin is letter I ating hinahanap. So, ang formula natin is simple interest divided by principal multiplied by n. Kita natin yung letter I or the interest. Okay? So, given ba yung interest? Yes. SI is the simple interest na na-earn mo That is 200 pesos. So, lagay mo dito 200. Mali. That is not 200. Inlagay ko dito, no? Teka. This is 200. Okay, so lagay mo dyan 200 pesos. That is your numerator. Then divided by 10,000 by 2. 10,000 is the principal. Multiplied by 2. Okay, so that is 200 divided by 10,000 times 2. So 10,000 times 2 is 20,000. Alright? So, pag nakuha mo na yan, bilang divide 200 pesos divided by 20,000. Okay? So, pag divide mo yan, ang lalabas ay yung calculator is 0.01. Okay? Pero ang hinanap natin ay percentage. So, yung 0.01, i-convert mo pa yan into percent. Okay? So, move the decimal point 2 places to the right. Okay? And you will get 1%. Okay? Ibig sabihin, 1% ang ginamit ng bangko para magkaroon ka ng interest na 200 after 2 years. No? So, 200 divided by principal of 10,000 times 2, that is the number of years, that is 20,000. Then 200 divided by 20,000 pesos, that is 0.01, or convert that into percent, and you will get 1%. So that is the answer, no? So pag rate ang hinahanap, don't forget to attach the percent sign. Kasi pag wala sang percent sign, mali yan. Okay? Pag wala sang percent sign, ibig sabihin piso yan. Hindi sa 1%. So don't forget to attach the 1%. Okay, so let's continue. Second example. Example lang pa natin. You have deposit of 15,000 in an account. Then after 3 years, it grows to 15,700. So what is the interest rate used? So ganun din, no? Ganun din natin formula. Simple interest is 700 pesos. Sa paano nakuha ang simple interest? Nag-deposit kasi ng 15,000. Then pagkatapos sa 3 taon, yung 15,000 naging 15,700. Therefore, magkano interest na na-earn mo? 700 pesos. 700 pesos your numerator, lagay mo sa dito. Okay, then divide that by 15,000 principal times 3, that is the 3 years, that is 45,000. Okay, so that is 700 pesos divided by 45,000 pesos. So sagot yan, sa decimal, that is 0.0155. Hindi pa yan, no? Kasi 0.0155, you convert mo pa yan into percent para maging rate. So, once again, you move the decimal point 2 places to the right, then you will have 1.55%. So, ang rate na ginamit ng bangko is 1.55%. That is your letter I. Then, don't forget to attach the percent sign. Para maging rate. Okay, so hoping that you are getting the lesson. So we have now computed the interest. We have now computed the interest rate. So itong last naman is we're going to compute yung time. Yung oras, yung taon, or ilang buwan, or ilang taon at buwan. Tumakbo yung interest. Okay, so finding the n or finding the time of the interest. The problem, assume you have a deposit of 55,000 in an account. Then after some times, it earned an interest of 5,000 pesos at a rate of 5%. What is the term of the interest? So given yung principal, 55,000. Given yung interest, that is 5,000. Given yung rate, 5%. Ang nawawala, yung n or ilang taon tumakbo yung interest. So formula, We're looking for the n. So n is equal to simple interest divided by the principal multiplied by the I or the interest. So given yung tatlong yan, we mentioned earlier, given yung principal, ang principal is 55, given yung simple interest. So simple interest is the 5,000, so that is your numerator, 5,000 pesos. Then divided by the 55,000 multiplied by the 5%. Right? So 55,000 times times 5%. So once again, before you multiply by 5%, itong 5% or lahat ng percentage, i-convert muna sila sa decimal point bago mo siya i-multiply. So 5% is 0.05. Pag convert natin into a decimal. So therefore, it is 55,000 multiplied by 0.05. Hindi 5% we convert 0.05. And it will give you 2,750. Alright? Pag na-convert tayo into decimal, yung percentage, will now divide straight 5,000 divided by 2,750. Okay? So sa inyong calculator, that is 1.8181, but we round off 1.82 years. Ang sagot dito, pag kayo nag-divide na, automatic ang sagot is years ang pagkakabasa natin. Ibig sabihin, 1.82 years. Isang taon. Lampas isang taon. Kulang-kulang 2 taon. Alright? So, itong 0.82, i-convert mo yan into months. Right? So, ang sagot mo dito is 1 year. 82, convert 82 into months. So, how do you convert 0.82 into months? 0.82 multiplied by 12. So, once again, 0.82 multiplied by 12. Why 12? Kasi 12 months. Sa loob ng isang taon, merong 12 months. Itong 0.82, i-convert natin kung ilang buwan niyang 0.82. 0.82 multiplied by 12. Ang sagot is 9. Right? So, ang ating final answer kung ilang taon tumakbo yung interest is 1 year and 9 months. Yung taon. Right? So, let us have one other example in getting the time. So, deposit mo, 75,000 in an account. Then, after some times, it grows to 79,000. Naging 79,000, 75,000 mo. So dito, obviously, meron kang interest na na-earn. Magkano? 4,000. The interest rate given is 1.5%. So hinanap natin yung number of years, ilang taon tumakbo yung interest. So ganun din, simple interest, that is 4,000. That is 79,000 minus 75,000, that is 4,000 interest. Lagi mo siya dito, numerator. No? Tulad ng mga yung first example natin. So 4,000 divided by 75,000. 75,000 is the principal. Take note guys, ang principal ay yung 75,000. Hindi yung 79 That is the 75,000 principal. So 75,000 multiplied by the interest rate given 1.5%. Right? So you multiply, but firstly, you convert the percentage into decimal. 1.5%. Okay? Yung 1.5%, pag convert mo yan into decimal, yung 1.5% ay magiging 0.015. Alright? So 75,000 multiplied by the converted 0.015. Okay? Ang lalabas is 1,125. 1,125 pesos. So you can now divide straight 4,000 divided by 1,125. 4,000 divided by 1,125, and you will get 3.55 years. 3.55 years. Na? So, ibig sabihin yan, itong 0.55, i-multiply mo ulit to sa 12 months. So, 0.55, itong 0.55 yung minamultiply mo sa 12 months, wag na yung 3. 0.55 multiplied by 12 months is 6 months. Okay, so ating final answer is 3 years and 6 months. Ibig sabihin, yung iyong investment sa bangko ay tumakbo ng 3 years and 6 months. Kaya nag-earn ka ng interest na 4,000 sa loob ng 3.55 years at the interest rate of 1.5%. Yan, no? That is how we compute kung ilang taon tumakbo. So pag nag-deposit ka sa bangko o nagpautang ka o kung umutang, alam mo na paano pag-compute ng interest, paano pag-compute ng interest rate kung ilang rate ang binigay sa'yo, at kung ilang taon tumakbo yung iyong pinautang or yung iyong inutang. Alright, that is my last slide. Hoping that you guys get something from my lesson today about interest. Simple interest. And I want to credit Google for all the images that I used in the presentation. And with this one, I am going to end the lesson for today, but hoping that you will stay with me for my future lessons on financial management. And once again, this has been Dr. Cortez signing off. Bye everyone. See you.